Hello, and a very warm welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, about a month or so ago, I made a video on what I believe are the worst places to buy real estate in Spain for the year 2025. Today, I want to give you my opinion on what I feel are the best 10 places to buy real estate in Spain for the year 2025. Now, before I do so, could I please ask that if you enjoy my content, you like and subscribe, as it does help push out this video to more viewers on YouTube. For those of you who watch the equivalent video for the year 2024, you may be surprised that for the year 2025, there have been a fair number of changes to the list. In many parts of Spain, property prices have gone up a lot over the past year or so. I also want to add that Spain is not a real estate opportunity, but rather a lifestyle purchase. Now, two very popular places which were on the list last year, namely Sevilla and Granada, have seen huge property price rises and are now quite expensive, with average real estate prices at around 2,750 and 2,550 euros per square meter, respectively. So big increases over the last year. The other two places to have dropped out of the top 10 are Jerez de la Frontera and Oviedo, both of whom have also seen big price increases. And property prices in Oviedo now average around 2,000 euros per square meter, so nowhere near as cheap as a year or so ago. Anyway, here are my top 10 places to buy real estate in Spain for the year 2025. And please let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments below, and please tell me why as well. So, coming in at number 10 is the city of Zaragoza. Now, with a population of over 675,000 and the capital of the Aragon region, Zaragoza is very much an underrated city. It is a city steeped in history with influences from the Moorish, Jewish, and Christian civilizations. The city has lovely churches and a magnificent basilica. Many cultural events take place in the city, and it is a gastronomy delight. It has a men's and women's football team, as well as a basketball and handball team. Zaragoza is on the high speed railway system and has its own airport with flights to a number of European destinations, plus Marrakesh and Fez in Morocco. And property prices have not gone up too much in the last year or so and stand, I think, at a very reasonable 2,000 euros per square meter on average. So, for such a large city in Spain, I think this is good value. Now, coming in at number 9 is Cordoba. With a population of around 325,000 and located between Sevilla and Granada, Cordoba is a beautiful city in the Andalusian region of Spain, where property prices have not risen by much in the last year, and they stand at a very competitive 1,600 euros per square meter on average, which is much cheaper than Sevilla and Granada, as already stated. Cordoba's historical city center is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and the city is very rich in history, and at one time in the 10th century was the largest city in Western Europe. Cordoba has some lovely parks, good food, and a great nightlife. Medical facilities are excellent, and Cordoba is on the Spanish high speed rail network. And Sevilla, Granada, and Malaga airports are all within 150 kilometers. Now, coming in at number 8 is Leon. With a population of around 125,000 and situated in northwest Spain, Leon is a city rich in history with many historic monuments, including churches and palaces. The beautiful Plaza Mayor is enclosed by lovely Baroque buildings and is the focal point for both locals and tourists. Leon has a number of festivals and, like many parts of Spain, is a foodie delight. Medical facilities are good. There's a university here, and Leon has two railway stations as well as its own airport, although it is only a domestic airport. Nevertheless, I still think property prices are cheap here at an average of only 1,600 euros per square meter. And a bonus is that in the city centre, average property prices are under 2,000 euros per square meter. So I think very good value. Coming in at number 7 is really a surprise place, Avila. Now, with a population of around 57,000 and situated in the autonomous community of Castilla and Leon, Avila is a very well preserved and rich in history city. Its medieval walls are a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's full of lovely Romanesque churches and palaces. Avila actually has two universities, good medical facilities, delicious cuisine, a basketball team, and plenty of festivals as well. Avila has its own railway station and it's a very walkable city. Another big advantage is that it's only around 85 kilometers from Madrid, so you have decent access to the capital. And I think, given all this, real estate prices are very, very cheap here. They stand at under 1,400 euros per square meter on average. And for Spain, that is cheap. So coming in at number six is Toledo. Now, living in Toledo is like living in a historic city with an amazing, rich cultural heritage. This city of around 85,000 inhabitants has been a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1986. The main advantage of Toledo is that it is well under an hour by train from Madrid, so you have great access to the capital. Yet, property prices cost a fraction of what they do in Madrid. Whereas in Madrid, you can expect to pay around 6,500 euros per square meter for real estate. In Toledo, you're only looking at an average of 1,800 euros per square meter on average. So a huge difference from the capital. Toledo has a fantastic selection of restaurants, numerous bars, cafes, a lively nightlife scene, and several festivals and events throughout the year. Now, coming in at number five is Valencia. Now, Valencia, with a population of around 840,000, is the third biggest city in Spain and one of my favorite cities. The nightlife here is amazing. It has a wonderful climate, a beautiful medieval center, a much lower crime rate than Madrid and Barcelona. Valencia has good medical facilities, it's got good educational facilities, lovely beaches, great food, numerous churches, and a football team that has won the domestic title six times and been in two Champions League finals as well. Valencia's transport wise is well connected with a metro system and an airport with flights to numerous cities in Europe and a few in North Africa as well. Now, unfortunately, prices have gone up and they stand at around 3,300 euros per square meter, so nowhere near as cheap as they were a year ago. So it has dropped from two to fifth position. Now, coming in at number four is Alicante. Now, last year, Alicante came in first place when it came to buying real estate in Spain. Prices, though, have gone up a lot and now stand at an average of 2,600 euros per square meter. At these prices, though, I still feel Alicante deserves to be fourth. You have all the facilities of a big city, lovely beaches, a nice cathedral, an amazing castle called Santa Barbara, a very high quality of living, excellent bars, restaurants, and cafes, a great nightlife with excellent medical facilities as well. So the city offers a lot, and the people here are generally very friendly, and the weather here for most of the year is really good as well. And transport facilities are good with trams, buses, trains, and an international airport with flights to numerous destinations in Europe. So Alicante still deserves to be in the top 10. Coming in at number three is Almeria Province. Now, although prices, like in other parts of Spain, have risen a lot, Almeria Province is still a very good place for finding cheap property. You can still find sea view real estate here for under 2,000 euros per square meter. And climate wise, this is one of the best areas in Europe. Personally, I like Vera, Mojácar, and Roquetas de Mar. But there are many nice towns and villages to choose from here. And the city of Almeria is also nice. And property prices in the center of this city only cost around 1,700 euros per square meter on average. There is an airport in Almeria which has direct flights to a number of UK cities, and it also flies to Brussels, Rotterdam, Luxembourg, and Prague as well. So a decent airport, not quite as good, obviously, as Alicante, but nevertheless not too bad. Now, coming in at number 2 is Murcia Province. Now, Murcia Province is a lovely area of Spain. There are so many nice seaside towns to choose from if you want to buy real estate here. Some of my favorite towns are San Pedro del Pinatar, Los Alcazares, Aguilas, Cartagena, and Mazaron. Now, again, although prices have risen a fair bit over the last year or so, you can still find lovely, good sized sea view properties for under 200,000 euros, which is almost impossible on places like the Costa del Sol. In the area here, you have lovely cultural attractions, plenty of cafes and restaurants and bars to choose from. And there is an airport in Murcia province with direct flights to a number of UK cities, plus Dublin and Marrakesh. So, not bad at all. But coming in at number 1, and this may surprise you, is Tarragona. With a population of around 138,000 and situated on the Costa Dorada, in the northeast of Spain. Tarragona is, in my opinion, the best place to buy property in Spain for the year 2025. It is very much an underrated city with a unique blend of sandy beaches and historical monuments. The Roman ruins are a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and the most impressive site is the second century Roman theatre that overlooks the Mediterranean Sea. Now, Tarragona is also considered a foodie heaven, and it's got good medical facilities, its own universities, plenty of places to eat and drink, and transport wise, it's well connected. Only around 8 kilometers away from the city, you've got Royce Airport with direct flights to a number of UK and Irish cities, plus Paris, Brussels, Eindhoven, and Dusseldorf. And I think with so much to offer, property prices, I think, are really cheap here at only 1,800 euros per square meter on average. So I think for a Spanish city with so much to offer, getting it less for 2,000 euros per square meter and having the beach is really good value for money. Anyway, please let me know your thoughts. Do you agree or disagree? Please let me know in the comments below. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I shall see you soon on the next video.